welcome to Voltimum Webinars, an online learning resource brought to you by leading industry experts covering electrotechnical topics such as latest legislation, technical innovation and technology applications. In this webinar, Gardner will take a look at an international perspective on preventing light nuisance and light pollution. Carl is one of the UK's best-known writers and analysts in the lighting industry and has been editor of the ILP's Lighting Journal for 14 years. He is also a director of CSG Lighting Consultancy Limited, which specialises in interior, exterior and urban lighting design.
This is just an example of a nighttime view from space of the world at night. You can see the countries which are wasting the most energy. They're obviously clearly the brightest on the map. So what are the main issues involved here and what are their effects? The term unwanted light is an umbrella term. It covers any lighting that obtrudes beyond the area of the task it's intended to light. It includes a number of other types of lighting problem which are summarised here in this diagram from the ILP's recent notes on obtrusive light. Gives you the various elements there, what we should be lighting down in the left, spill light onto houses, direct upward light creating light pollution. Sky glow. This refers to this visible brightening of the nighttime sky due to the diffuse scattering of upwards artificial light by particles of dust, pollution and water vapour in the atmosphere. And the main effects of light pollution and sky glow is primarily to block out the view of the stars in the nighttime sky, particularly from urban centres, but also increasingly more widely, even into rural environments. And I think the stars are part of our natural legacy, a key part of the cultural heritage of many countries, and I think we should be defending our view of those of the heavens, not obliterating it. Other examples, other effects of light pollution and sky glow, as well as humans, a wide range of flora and fauna can have their breeding and feeding habits disrupted. The most notable examples of this are bats, moths, birds, some amphibians, turtles and other sea life. The next country we want to look at is Japan, Tokyo in particular. As you can see from the little map on the right, Japan has a huge light pollution problem. It's one of the brightest areas, brightest countries on the map in terms of its upward light spill. And Tokyo, as you can see from the map on the left, is right in the middle of that. It's obviously it is one of the light pollution hotspots in Asia. It has a very unique urban lighting culture, as epitomised by places like Shinjuku, shown here, and Kabukicho. And despite all this attention that's been given to light pollution in Japan, it doesn't seem to have very few anyway, light pollution complaints. And one of the reasons for this, I think, is that government light pollution guidelines in Japan are purely voluntary. I mean, they are useful in as far as they go, and they include the following measures: curfew times on external lighting, limitations on external lighting of residential properties, limitations on glare effects for road users, limitations on upward light ratio, the amount of light that can go above the horizontal. But the big downside, and it is a big downside of several of these countries' legislation that we'll come to in a minute, is they have no teeth. There's no teeth, there's no compulsion, and there's no policing. And I think one of the lessons from my survey is that that doesn't really work.